Alright, welcome back. Again, taking a note out of how to draw comics the Marvel way. The figure, chapter 5, if you have the book. I recommend you get the book. You can get it cheap enough at Five Below, about $5. They had them there for a while. I don't quite have the subs yet to get the, oh, here's the affiliate link, but, you know, to justify that. But let's take a look at this. So after drawing some stick figures, it says, notice how you can add ovals for the rib cage and the hips and the arms and legs. You can start building the figure by adding cylinders or ovals. I like doing ovals. But for example, you say you want to draw an Iron Man in a crouch, about to spring at some malicious miscreant. First, you must get the proper position for him by means of a simple stick figure. And then start putting in the details. It says, when you build this body, flesh it out by adding cylinders. Now, always draw through the figure. That is, even if some portion of the body will be hidden by an arm or a leg, draw it through anyway. You can eliminate it later when you add the limb, which will conceal it. But by drawing through, you make certain you've got every part of the anatomy positioned in the right place. And by keeping it light. And then you have your finished drawing. Finally, right there, 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 there. So finally, having finished fleshing out the figure, you can erase the construction lines which have been drawn through and get a result someone like this final figure of old Shellhead. That is, you'll get it if you practice as long as Johnny did. John Buscema. And they did the same with Spider-Man here. But I'm not going to draw Spider-Man or Iron Man. I'm going to draw what I know. And the character I do know really well is my own character, Rage. So I'm going to do him, I'm going to draw him crouching down. Okay? So let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm thinking of the image. He's going to be crouching down similar to what Iron Man's doing. So okay. So there's my T shape right there. Alright. And it's coming from the hips. So he's going to be kind of his other arm's going to be on there, kind of holding himself up. So here I got the basic skeletal structure. There's his feet, there's his knees. Okay, this is where his head's going to be, and it's going to be pointing at you, or looking at you. Alright, let's put in some cylinders, I guess you would say cylinders. Here though, for the deltoid, I'm going to put a circle. Here's cylinder. Cylinder, circle. Here you can put a cylinder. Doesn't have to be perfect cylinder as long as you get the point. And then his torso, which isn't, his pelvis isn't really it's not really a cylinder there. I don't know what you call that. It's caboose shape. But there we go. Alright, so there you go. There's step 2. Now step 3 would be to start putting in the details. So I got the shapes down, I got the structure, stick figure structure down. Let's put the detail in. Now here's the snout. There's his ears. So Rage, if a lot of people don't know who Rage is, obviously, is a bear man from another world. And he's got the body of a man, but the head of a bear. A lot of bear sensibilities. And he's got the hair and all that. And he wears a t-shirt. And he's got these gauntlets here, these bands. And here's the fingers. This is where it gets a little tricky. I'm keeping it light so I can change my mind later if I want. His other hand's going to be splayed out. Remember, the middle finger is always the longest finger in this. Yeah. This is the floor right here. Yeah, I guess it's kind of working. Okay, so far so good. Sorry for the big blurry light. He's got shorts. Kind of like it's his military costume in a way, which is basically his costume. Some rumples for the back and the shirt. Got that belt. And he's got boots. Now, here's the problem. This foot looks like it's forward way too much coming out here. Look where his hand's at. So his hand either needs to be further down, maybe like right down here, or this foot has to be back there more. So, what can I do? Well, let's try making the foot a little bit smaller. And look how easy it was to erase because I kept it light. Mark on this elbow a little bit. And this where the anatomy comes in helpful a little bit there. So there, that's a little bit better. And then this one's, even this might be out a little bit too much. Let's bring this back. Over here. Erase that. And you kind of got a sneaky little Rage crawling around. Now let me go put in the details and get back to you, see how it turned out. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Now, the number 2, it's a little bit more, the lines are thicker, and it's a little bit blunter. So, that is the problem with not having a mechanical pencil. So, but this is the gist of it. Now, if I had my druthers, if I'm using that term correctly, I would make this torso a little bit shorter than the legs. But that's kind of like my take using my character with just sketching and trying to just kind of put something together quickly to show you. Still some lines, stragglers in there that I could go through and refine, but that's not really the point. The point is, you draw a quick position, see if you can draw it with a character that you know how to draw really well. Maybe you know how to draw Superman really well, or maybe, I don't know, Garfield. I used to be able to draw Garfield pretty good off memory. But yeah, the point is that you pick a position and you draw it. Alright, it ain't perfect, never perfect, but it's all part of the practice. Once again, I'll show you from the book. Skeleton, stick figure with the cylinders and or circles, or ovals and then cylinders or ovals. Fill out the parts a little bit better and the proportions, and then the final details. Alright, so practice that. Practice that. Find a character, or it could just be a stick figure, just some dude or woman or whatever, and focus on it, and try doing it, and then try filling out the details. You know, I'm not, you know, as committed to this drawing because I'm not going to use it in a comic book or anything. It's just kind of to practice and show you guys. But yeah, see how thick the pencil lead came out. That's okay. I'm not gonna let it bug to me. I'm not gonna let it bug to me. That's different. Because it's just practice. All right. Thanks for watching. Remember, 10 seconds a day. Leave a comment in, you know, in the video or down. You know what I'm saying. Leave a comment and let me know what else you want me to tackle as far as drawing stick figures, comic book stuff, or you want me to do some real life drawing or something like that. Again, this is good practice for me as well. Okay? Keep on drawing. It's only 10 seconds a day.